Scorpios, this week we are in our first week of Mercury Retrograde. It is in a sign of Libra and it lasts from September 27th till October 18th. It's about 3 weeks. So this is a time where we get to kind of reset, reflect on, recharge and reassess our mental and our communication skills. So in the sign of Libra, this is going to be heavily focused on our relationships. So what you might find in this week and the next 2 weeks as well is that you are really looking at imbalances in the relationships that you have. It might be that you start to understand where you've been losing a little bit of power. Perhaps you have been, not standing up for yourself with somebody. Perhaps you need to express your boundaries a little bit more clearly. And maybe you need to ask for help with somebody. Maybe you need to kind of express a vulnerability, and that's been quite hard. There is a lot of perfectionism as well. It might be that you're expecting quite a lot from somebody, or you're expecting quite a lot from yourself. Normally the two go together quite well. And so this is a time when we can actually start to shift these habits so that we can be more empowered. We can speak more clearly and with more authenticity. We start to say what we like and what we don't like. We tell people how we feel truthfully. We don't try to be so perfectionist with ourselves and the way that we speak and the way that we think. We don't beat ourselves up quite as much. But it does take a little bit of a challenge. And so for you, this is a time where you're going to have to kind of really dive in and see what's going on and to reflect on yourself as well as the other person. Because in Mercury retrograde, it's a time when we can analyze quite a lot, but we might end up just kind of projecting a little bit and looking at the other person and saying like, oh, well, this person is creating the imbalance in this relationship because they're taking too much from me. But then we don't look at ourselves and realize that actually we're giving a lot as well, and we can pull that back in a little bit, and then maybe they won't take so much from us. So it's a really good time to reflect on that. So the tarot has to add the Two of Swords and the Strength card. So if you've been a little bit indecisive recently, and that's totally natural at this time because Libra is very indecisive. It's always kind of weighing up two options, like, oh, what's the right thing to do? What's the perfect decision? What's the perfect choice for me? If I do that, then what will the outcome be? If I do something else, then what will the outcome of that be? And so we get into a little bit of analysis paralysis. And so this is suggesting that this Mercury retrograde is a time for you to very gently but very certainly make strong decisions. So it might be that you are kind of a little bit softer with yourself. You're not expecting so much of yourself, and you're not expecting so much of other people, where you kind of have a little bit of forgiveness, where if you do choose one option and it turns out to be the wrong option, I don't believe that there are any wrong options, but for you it might feel like the wrong option, the wrong choice, to kind of say to yourself, it's okay, we did our best and at least we did something. Because what can happen is if you are too much in this analysis, then you can get stuck. So try to just move forwards very gently but in a strong way this Mercury retrograde season. So let me know if it resonated. Otherwise you can book a full reading from the link below. Pop back next week, I'll talk more about this, and much love.